Hey there, friendlies. How's up? Welcome to the 17th of October episode of my deliriously fantastic live stream where we talk about beverages, we talk about blades, uh, and we sometimes talk about bushcraft. I hope you can all hear me. Um, let's just get the housekeeping out of the way right off the bat. I would just like to say that if you are, in fact, listening to us or watching us, time shifted to tomorrow, next week, or next year. Thank you massively. I do love knowing that your eyes are on the content, that your words appear in the doobly-doo below the video screen after the fact, even though you cannot participate in the side chat live. And if you'd like to take a more active role in keeping the lights on around here and supporting the channel, as several in the side chat here already have, then I invite you to investigate the options by clicking the join button wherever the hell YouTube has put it this week. Click on the button and you will see the 2 tiers of membership that are available to you for your hard-earned money, as well as what each tier gets you. This week there is no specific agenda. I have to learn some songs for a wedding I'm playing this upcoming weekend with my boys, so that has been taking up all my time. So we're just going to chitty-make chat about whatever moves our spirit. Okay. Now, what that means is that I don't have a reading for you this week. I don't have any news. I ain't got nothing. So it's open season. It's open season. The first thing I'm going to do is see. I mean, there's a lot of chitty-make chat happening on the sidebar there. So I'm going to see what's going on. See who I can speak with and say hi to. Will you stop moving? Just stay. I'll just aim this like this, I guess. It's so... There we go. How's that? Is that better? Is that better? Not really. Righty, tighty, lefty, loosey, right? Come on, fool. All right. Well, first off the bat, I would just like to note that... Whoops. Hi, Darth. That Man on the Street has gifted 20 memberships. So I hope that there are 20 people here who don't have memberships yet. Oh, looks like, yeah. Wow. Nice work, Al. Al is announcing his his presence in the classiest way possible. I'm just going to go back and see who has said what. Do I need to put the cans on? No, I guess not. So first off the bat was David Evans, who is a channel hero, as you can tell by the icon next to his name, but also a channel mod. So David and all of you who are OG listeners, you know what I'm going to say. Be polite or David's going to drop the hammer on you. Christy in the house, also a channel hero. And hey, we got Jim in the house. How's it going, Jim? I will get your prize pack out next week, because between now and Sunday, all I'm really doing is trying to organize this basement and learning songs for the wedding gig. But that's okay. I sent Tenenbaum some stuff recently, and I thought I'd sent it like 3 months ago, and I just totally forgot about it, and I found it while I was organizing a desk here. I was like, fudge. I didn't really say fudge. It was a different word that started with the same letter. Anyways, I finally got it out, which is nice. David wants to know if Jim picked kit A or B. Oh, okay. Sorry, Raven. Is it what was that? What was that character? Fat Albert? Hey. Never mind. Jim picked kit A, which I think is a good kit. I think they're both really cool. I wish that I liked the fire piston more than I do, because I see the engineering magic of the fire piston. Both of them in kit A and B are both, I mean, it's a cool item. It's more high-tech than I want my bushcraft stuff to be. You guys know I'm a technologist, right? I work in IT. I like electric cars because that's where the technology is going, you know, but for my bushcraft stuff, I want it to be old school. And it's funny that I feel that way because the fire piston as a fire starting method is not that young. There are fire pistons from like ancient times, but to me, it feels too modern for me. So hold on a second. Apparently Florida's not the place to be right now. Why, Jim? A bad strain of leprosy. Okay. All right. All right. That's okay. Jim. Oh man, David, that's too bad. Sorry to hear that. Um, past couple of years, our story around here has been very similar, but I'm not gonna go any further into that. I don't want to bring the stream down, but yeah, I'm really sorry to hear that. That's crazy. Crazy how that works. There's Destiny. Nice to see you. Who's around? There we got. How's it going, Jerry? Canadian in the house. Nice to see you. Okay, everyone's talking to David about his loss. Canadian was at the farm again this afternoon. David is talking to you. Deer scrapes everywhere. That's good news. Even bear poop. That's a little less good news. Well, that's not bad. That's not bad. Grace Martin, how's it going? Grace, nice to see you. Canadian says drums. Okay, so I've caught up to 9 o'clock. I'm only 8 minutes late. I'm not wearing my glasses. Doesn't matter. Who cares? Who the heck cares? Nobody cares. Hey, there's Peanut Trucker. How's it going, mister? I'm saying hi to everyone. We got Country Boy Trapped in the City in the house. Nice to see you. We got Shawnee. How's it going? Oops, click Shawnee. Trying to start at Tiny Legos. So this says, oh man, what you don't see is back there are shelves where the elder Cody and I had built all these Lego sets, and then Clemence came through and just laid waste to the whole business. So I would love to reorganize the Legos, but I don't have enough years left of life to organize all that. Sandra, sweetie, how's it going? I don't think I've seen your name before, so welcome to the live stream. Or if Russell was here, he would say welcome to this. There's Off-Grid Recon. How's it going? How are you doing tonight? Did I tell you? I think I've told you before that I love the axe in your avatar. I think that's the Gransfors. What's it called? Is it a splitting axe? The one with the metal collar on it? Everyone's just sort of saying hi, so there's not much interesting for me to say just yet. I sound a bit snuffleupagus today. Can you smell the notes of your brew for this evening? Oh, I should pour that. Yeah, I am stuffed up. I started, I don't know, reacting to something, or maybe I'm getting a cold or something. I really hope it's not a cold because I got to do the musics this upcoming weekend. Like, I react to a lot of stuff. There's something at the office where I work 2 days a week, and one of those days is Tuesday. So I was reacting to something today, but also there's something in my car that, man, the whole drive home, I'm like, bleh. So let's hope I don't blow the pour. If I do blow the pour, it's because Serge is here. So maybe I hope I do blow the pour. You know, I mean, if the pour is great, I mean, Serge isn't hanging with us. For those of you who are not OGs, when I say Serge, I mean 8 Acres. 8 Acres is his YouTube name. He doesn't post nearly enough stuff, that guy. You know who else doesn't post nearly enough stuff? David Evans. I ain't going to bug you too much, though. So what this is tonight is blonde espresso, bière blonde au café avec vanille vivifiante et exotique. So that's... Oh, it's in English underneath. All right. Blonde beer with coffee and vanilla, invigorating and exotic. Okay, so it's very translated. Shelton is... It's a terrible can design. Shelton, which is clearly based somewhere here in the Quebec, but I don't know where. Bière Shelton. Saint-Mathieu de Belleuil, Montérégie. Okay, so that's pretty close to Montreal. So the ingredients are barley, oats, wheat, and lactose. Okay. Nice color. Nice opacity. Opacity? Oh, no, it's opacity. Very nice glass, Jesse. I know, it's fabulous. They cost a mint, but they're so worth it. So, sniffy McSniff. And we're back to where Man on the Street gave 20 memberships. So enjoy your memberships, people. And then there's Mr. Vader, Darth Vader. How's it going, Lord Vader? Welcome to the live stream. Smells nice. I definitely taste vanilla. The espresso is not as strong as I thought, which might actually not be a bad thing. It's got a really nice smoothness to it. Nice mouthfeel. It's like an ale, an old school ale, you know? Not a lot of hop. Definitely very barley forward. I'm liking it. I'm going to have to buy another one of those. I mean, not for tonight. I mean, at some point, you know. I mean, I'm going to buy it again. Let's just move on. Lipstick Lodge, you sound sick. Memorex 88 can't attend tonight. Oh, that's okay. Memorex can come around whenever they want. Hold on. Okay, sorry. Okay, we're back. We're to the part where the gifts we're gonna. Shawnee is thanking. Looks like there were some memberships left over from last time. Al isn't here right now. Oh, is that what's going on? What? I don't think so. I think you're wrong. Maybe you're not. Maybe I don't know. Because I was saying last time Al gifted a bunch of memberships that, you know, if there aren't enough people to accept all the memberships, he should get some of that money back. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the way it should be set up. Or they go out on the next live stream. I don't know. So Al's not around right now? I'm going to... Oh, there's Peanut Trucker's wife, Jennifer. How's it going? How are you doing tonight? Well, I'm going to skip down. No, there he is. There he goes. There he is. I'm just sort of getting down to the there's Jim saying thanks for the gifts. I can't wait to get that out, to get that sent out. Hey, there's Ron and Kelly. How's it going? How you doing? And Whiskey Harbor in the house. I like that little channel hero logo on your name. Homie Omi, how's it going, homie? How you doing? Yeah, my sinuses are really going nuts. Okay. Would a homemade fire piston be better? Maybe. I don't know. Like, the fire piston needs a seal, right? Do I have them here? Yes, I do. Okay. So, Jim, I'm going to use your fire piston to show how it works. I mean, I'm not going to start a fire. I just want to show the parts, right? So, now this one's kind of deluxe because you can unscrew the back end of it to sort of oh no, that's the little chamber for the for your tinder. Hold on. back to this one being deluxe. You can unscrew the back of it to let the vacuum, to release the vacuum. Okay, so all right, so there's your receptacle. Here's your piston that you put your tinder in the top of. Okay, is this working? Is this working? Anyways, but like, see, see how it's got O-rings, right? So what happens is, like, it really, because I don't know how to explain this. It needs to be sealed so that when you go bam, and then you pop it, like you go bam, and then you pull it out right away, like, because the bam creates a very hot moment on your char cloth or whatever your tinder is, and you pull it out immediately, and what that does is oxygen rushes in, and so that extremely hot moment turns into an actual ember. And so I'll tighten this back up so that we're back to a vacuum. So it's a very simple machine, but you need to be able to really seal it up good. It's a very cool idea. I really like the idea. It's just it doesn't have a place in my fire kit. Hi, good Mike in the house. How's it going, Mike? I hope all is well down there in Florida. So Destiny says, "Are we gonna party like it's $14.99 tonight?" So what is that, like? Mandolin music and coarse ale. 4 lamb beams seem to be excessive. What the hell are lamb beams? Hey, there's Beto. How's it going? How's it going, man? I'm getting late, right? Is that what's happening here? Am I getting late? It's 2018. It's yeah, I'm 10 minutes late. I'm 10 minutes late. That's okay. You guys, we're all friends here, right? We're all friends. Just seeing, we got everyone's still saying hi, everyone's still saying thanks. Everyone's saying hi. Everyone's saying hi. Okay. Jim is almost done his lunch. Fresh chicken in the woods. Man, lunch at 9 p.m.? Crumbs. Oh, Canadian. So, Canadian accidentally not FaceTimed me. Accidentally video called me on whatever system we use. And I didn't know it was by accident. He actually sent me a text saying, I was a pocket dial or whatever, but I didn't see that. So I called him back. And while we're talking, Cody's finishing up her supper in the background, and she suddenly just starts to bep, 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 bep. It's funny. Off-grid Recon says it's a small forest axe. Okay, so you put the collar on it, because my small forest axe doesn't have the collar. Whoa, what? 25 watching and only 14 thumbs ups? Come on, people. Come on, people. Let's do it. All right. Not only a channel hero, but a channel hero double hero. What? Because he did his thumbs up already. Homie Yomi did some more purchases. Whoa, okay, what did you get this time? Man, Homie Yomi has bought some very cool stuff. Hey, there's Russell. I didn't think you were going to be around tonight. I hope all is well in Russell land. I'm all nasally. Yeah, I was blowing my nose earlier, and it was just like played off like I'm Dylan. So I should be singing a little All Along the Watchtower. All along the watchtower. Hey, Carol, how's it going? How you doing? Everyone's just sort of saying hi to Russell and each other. Christy says, Steve and I will be celebrating our 20th wedding anniversary on Thursday. Woohoo, he made it to 20 years. I love it. Did you see Charles and Annie lurking? I hope I didn't pass Charles and Annie. I don't know. I didn't see that. Destiny is going to pick up some pizza. Eyes on the road, like Chris says. What kind of pizza you getting, Destiny? Oh, you see, she can't answer now because she's driving. If it's Hawaiian, then I'm deeply disappointed in you. I found, okay, so here in Montreal, we have this thing called the all-dressed pizza. And when I was in Vancouver, I haven't been in Vancouver like long term since the 80s, but there was a pizza place that sold what here we call an all dressed, and there they called it a Montrealer. Now, a Montreal all dressed is as follows: obviously sauce and cheese, pepperoni, green peppers, mushrooms. Does that seem like all dressed to you? It doesn't to me. But anyways, that's what an all dressed pizza is in Montreal. I remember trying to order an all dressed pizza on the phone in Vancouver years ago. I guess I was like 16 or something. And I'm saying, what? And me saying, what do you mean, what? And so I'm saying, pepperoni, green peppers, mushrooms. They go, oh, the Montrealer. I was like, oh. I don't know if that's like a general thing there or if it was just that pizza chain, whatever it was. It's funny, for reasons I'm not going to go into. I have like almost zero memories of like maybe before my early 20s, maybe. But certain things like just pop into my head, and that was one thing. I'm on the phone. I'm like, what do you mean you don't know what an all dressed is? It's this, and that. Oh, a Montrealer. What? David says, start a small fire. Not in my... Oh, my land. Al, what are you doing? Why are you gifting 50 memberships? There aren't even enough people watching for that. That's not the way you need to prove that you're here for real, Al. You just have to say, I'm here. Russell says, all will be members. Yeah, resistance is futile. Yeah, that is a good beer. A gym sighting. Yeah, just a brief sighting. Yeah. Okay. Russell's back in fine form, I see. Jim says, next week starts a new shift for me, similar to old jobs, so I'll be listening later in the show. Okay. All right. Jim is, she's a great kid. Yeah, she is. She has her moments, but yeah, she's, I really like her. And she's not yet old enough that she hates me. She's still 12, right? Lorenzo out and about. How's it going? I like your avatar. How you doing? Whereabouts in the world are you? And how's the weather? I do not need an exact location. I'm just asking out of curiosity. How good Mike says, I can't believe I've been married 32 years. Dang, it feels like yesterday. It goes by quick. Wow, that's a long time. Al says, got a club to go to and virgins to sacrifice later. Al. Okay, well, that simplifies the whiskey options for tonight then. But have a good night, Al. Christy's late taking him down. No, you don't. Just pour another drink. Yeah. Mark Davidson says, thanks. Night, Al, and thanks. How's it going, Mark Davidson? How are you doing tonight? I don't know if I recognize your name. If you're new, then welcome to the live stream. If you're not new, but you've just been lurking, that's fine by me. That's fine by me. Did I catch up? I finally caught up with everyone. Yeah. So I'm caught up. And because we don't have like a... What? Chris has a real pizza: chicken, bacon, onion, and barbecue sauce. The man pizza. Actually, that sounds pretty delish. I would like to try making a pizza out in the bush. Like, because you can't just pack a pizza oven along with you, I'd probably try to do it with a like a Dutch oven. Put some coals on top. I need a Dutch oven with the flat top, or the top that sort of divots in a little bit, because I have a Dutch oven for the kitchen, but it's got the dome top, which is not what you want for a bushcraft excursion. The Dutch oven I want, and I would suggest, if you can find something like this, is you don't need feet on it. Feet will just get broken off anyway. So if you get one with feet, you may as well just, I don't know, take a angle grinder or something to them. But it would be nice if it had no feet and the flat or a slightly divoted top. I found ones with no feet and a dome top, and I found ones with the flat top and feet. So I haven't really thrown my money down on one yet. But it doesn't have to be a huge one, especially because you don't want to be like packing a big honking cast iron Dutch oven into the woods if you're like going far on foot. With something relatively small, make a single serving sized pizza out in the woods. I think that would be really cool. I'm telling you guys something. I wish my sinuses would leave me alone. Homie says, Microtech Stitch Ram Lock, and today the Leatherman Arc was released, so I picked that up. It's supposed to be the ultimate multi-tool. What do you think about multi-tools for the outdoors? I have an old Leatherman. Most of my stuff is discontinued. No, that's bombast. My multi-tool is discontinued, and in fact, it's a little broken. I think a multi-tool of some sort. What I would like to get for my next multi-tool, I'd like it to be a Victorinox, like the Swiss Army knife style. There's a couple of models I like. Those of you who remember when Simone used to hang around, he has a couple that I like. But I really do think that a multi-tool absolutely has a place in your pack. Maybe not as a general bushcraft tool, but as a, X just happened. I kind of wish I had a blah. I think it's a really good idea to have some sort of multi-tool in your pack or in your pocket. Kind of actually wherever you go, like an EDC thing. It's good to have a little multi-tool. Mine came in handy very often. So why would I want, so why do I want the Victorinox style instead of the Leatherman for the next one? Just to try it out. When I was a kid, I had a Swiss Army knife. And so I feel a certain amount of, reminiscence. I have a certain affection for that style just because I had one when I was a kid. Jim is out. Okay, see you later, Jim. You could turn the lid upside down, but then you don't have a handle, right? And if you filled that thing with coals, you kind of want a handle. Also, if you've got like a big dome lid like mine does, you got to make sure you ain't got much in that pot. Try a cast iron frying pan and make the pizza upside down, then flip it. Actually, that's not a bad idea either. Yeah. And Christy says, put it in a cast iron and cover it with tin foil. Oh, Country Boy. Yeah, a reflector oven pizza works pretty well. I think Dennis has a reflector oven. He might have used his for pizza too. I think he has the Kid Products one, if I remember correctly. But yeah. But yeah. Yeah, Peanut Trucker says can do it in a cast iron Dutch oven. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Getting a cast iron one. just with the non-dome lid. If you have a Leatherman, you can grab it out of the fire. That's true. Yeah. Better make sure it's not a heavy lead though, because otherwise it'll go over when you're trying to pick it up. I do not like feeling sick, folks. Makes me a little grumpy. What time are we at? We're at 21:31. Still plenty of time before the 10 o'clock free for all. Well, tonight it's all a free for all because I just didn't have time to plan. But yeah, it would be just got distracted by this. I made this. I think I put out a video of my buddy Robin and me making these handles on his whatever those turning machines are called. What the hell are they called? Lathe. I don't remember if I put that video up, but I think I did one. Russell says, put all the ingredients in, flip the cast iron 3 times, spin it counterclockwise while facing east, drop it, but catch it before it hits the floor. Spit on a fox and chant the mantra. It's pizza. We're not talking about edibles, Russell. We're talking about pizza. Put a pizza oven in the fire. Somewhere somebody must be making a pizza oven that you can do that with. The thing is, this stuff gets expensive fast. Like as soon as somebody makes a specialized tool, it costs way more than it needs to, because the gods know everything must be monetized right up the wazoo. It has to be a pretty thin crust in a reflector oven or it takes too long and your toppings dry out. Ask me how I know. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, and I like a fairly thick crust. So I like the idea of just putting it in the bottom of your Dutch oven, piling coals on top. Put the Dutch oven in the embers, put some more on top, let it cook for. I don't even know how long you'd let that cook for. Would it be a 20-minute cook or would it be like a 10-minute? Would it be like a 30-minute cook? Because the secret to pizza in the oven is high heat, 10 minutes, right? 450 kind of thing, 10 minutes, and it's done. I don't know, like, what kind of heat you get when you throw all your coals around like that. Like, I don't want to burn my lunch, right? Russell says, hollow out a log, dump all your ingredients inside, seal the top with cheese, light the log on fire, now just wait. Linda says, $94 for my cast iron Dutch oven from AO. Love making bread in it. AO. AO. Algonquin Outfitters. Linda, am I right? Is AO Algonquin Outfitters? Did I just totally guess that? Am I a freaking genius? $94. Hey, must be the money. $94 bread. Hey, you know what? Like a bread maker costs a fair amount of money too. I mean, it's not about $94 for a loaf. It's about $94 for a lifetime of loaves. Peanut Trucker likes to make bread in the Dutch oven as well. I would love to try. I really want to try that. It had never really occurred to me until I saw a Ray Mears video where he was making bread in a Dutch oven in a fire. I love how sometimes I love the stuff Ray Mears does. It's like, if you watch a Les Stroud video and then cut to a Ray Mears video, like one where Les Stroud is like, eating grass and surviving for a week with nothing but a Swiss Army knife and an orange. And then there's Ray Mears making bread in a Dutch oven in the woods. Like there's one of these guys I want making sure we don't die. And there's another one I want, keeping the base camp going. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Russell, they're reusable. That's the secret, right? Now that they're reusable. You don't have to throw them away after using them. Gonna try stew when camping something. Yeah, sure. If you got the Dutch oven, man, you can do anything on a fire with a Dutch oven. Chris says warm bread you make yourself right out of the Dutch oven is priceless. Yes. Round breads work well. Yes. Yes. Hey, look who's here. How's it going, mister? How you doing? Is Colin live streaming tonight too? Colin? Sorry. Grace likes to do a great big pot of northern beans. What the hell are northern beans? Russell made survival bread in the video. You mean like a bannock? Did you like a bannock? I should do a bannock in a video. I should do a video with bannock. I know that there is a way to say this. I should do a video where I'm making bannock over a fire. Figured I'd announce my presence here after some time. Yep. Yes, Colin is live. Okay, so he goes live Tuesdays and Thursdays. Is that it? Is that like, does he go on like twice a week every week? Oh, northern beans are white beans? So great white northern beans. So they're Canadian beans. Or am I just sort of taking that too far? I can make smoke over a fire. Okay, fair enough. So Cliff is hanging here. Yeah, twice a week is correct, Cliff says. Yeah. I haven't been able to swing by one of Colin's live streams in a long time. Linda loves garbanzos as well. I use chickpeas mostly to make like a hummus. Great white northern beans. Grace, you must call them that from now on. People are like, why are you doing that? Because I've got this, there's this fool I keep watching. Oh, look at that. Chris has been a member for 5 months. Thank you for your what would you call it? Thank you for your support. I know I could figure it out. Russell says Colin's live streams, one is enough torture. Why do two? Why you gotta be so rude? Cliff, where you live, can you grow them? Like, it never even occurred to me to try to grow chickpeas. I don't even know what they look like growing. Like when you say chickpea or garbanzo bean, like I just see crack open a can and there's all these like little tan balls. Like I don't even know what they look like when they're growing. Yeah, I don't know. Grace has gotta change the labels on my preps now. Sorry for for complicating things. Here's Pam. How's it going, Pam? Just dropping in for a bit to say, hey, that's okay. That's okay. I'm not feeling well, so I'm not being as entertaining as I could be anyway. So, you know. I've yet to fail growing beans last 2 years. I got it dialed in now after 3 years. I should really grow some beans. I want to rethink my garden. It was a major letdown this year. Although we got a lot of kale, but like even this year, tomatoes didn't go like gangbusters. Like usually, man, we drop one plant in there. Next thing you know, it's overrun. But this year, no. I got some nice jalapenos though. I got some nice jalapenos, and I got the squirrels eating most of my peppers. So, curses. I am. Come on, nose, cut it out. Christy says, I am 1 year, 2 months, and 14 days member. That's nice. I like it. There's There's a certain elegance to anyone who's over a year to I don't know how to finish that sentence, but it was going to be amazing. Stupid brain. My brain's like, you're not feeling well. I'm going to embarrass you in front of all your friends. Damn it. Peanut Trigger says I'm always entertaining whether I'm sick or not. Yeah, but I don't always mean to be. Yeah, Russell, you're always number one. Have I seen the Arc? It works on a magnetic platform. All the tools are one-hand accessible. The pliers open like a butterfly knife, and the blade is Magna Cut. It was $250 US. Wow, that's too rich for my blood, but Magna Cut adds to your price. That's a good steal. I've never seen the Arc. I'll take a look at it later, unless somebody wants to take a look and drop a URL in the side chat. I just don't want to like be searching for stuff while I'm supposed to be talking to you fine people. Pam has been sick since Friday, then out of town the week before, catching up on your videos. Well, there haven't been that many to watch this year. I've been trying to be all like Mr. Family, but I got to get my videos back in business. There's Marcus. Hi, and there's Russell acknowledging the Marcus sighting. Marcus, by the way, is also a channel hero, as you can tell by the icon. Marcus, I like your avatar as well. I like that dog. Nothing here. Been trying at all eating my peppers, but boy howdy do I have jalapenos growing like mad. Gonna be seed saving and packing them for potential shipping. Yeah, man. I like that. I tried to grow not Carolina Reapers. What did I try to grow? Habaneros. But forget about it. Didn't even stand a chance. I like habaneros. Make pickled jalapenos. Yeah. That'd be amazing. Ian the Whiplord in from Barstow, California. Okay. How's Barstow tonight? How's the weather? Is there any action going on in Barstow, California? Where is Barstow? Is it Barstow or is it Barstow? Barstow? I've never even heard of the place. Oh yeah, come on, man. You're gonna dry them and making some. That's the magic of like hot peppers like that. You can do anything with them and it's delish no matter how you slice it. Marcus is asking if David Evans is sleeping. What? Peanut Trigger was in Barstow last week. What is this place? Oh, everything just jumped. Hold on. I don't know where I am. Oh, but Barstow is Mojave Desert. ERT. I've been to the Mojave. Stunning. Absolutely stunning. Habaneros have been my bane to grow. 4 plants going all summer long, and I have 3 of the smallest dang peppers on them. Very disheartening. Yeah, why? And why are peppers so tough? Well, I don't think the peppers are tough in my garden. I think not livestock, the wildlife is not allowing them to grow before just. I had it right the first time. Barstow. It's just north of LA. Okay. So not the Mojave Desert then. Oh, Marcus is asking David, what's the lantern budget? Well, oh, you must be going to the States pretty soon, eh? Beer done. It's okay. There's 14 minutes until whiskey time. So Al's gone. So I think I'll have this Alkentoshan 12. It's 40%, so it's not going to knock me off my seat. It's nothing special, but you know, I'm live streaming. I'm not like spending my time. Uh, it's too loud in here. Oh yes, yes, very nice. Oh yeah. Uh-huh. Is that a touch of brie? You know what I'm saying? I'm chatting with you guys. I'm not spending an hour lost in the universe of a dram. Excuse me. Grace used to live near there. Ian says, I'm doing Route 66 from London, Ontario. A few hours to the end now. Interesting. Okay. Excuse me. Oh, no, Ian. It was 38 degrees. No way. Nope. Forgot about it. Wouldn't do it. Oh, man. It's like when I was in California. No, when I was in Jamaica, the low of the entire week was 28 degrees. Like it was hot, but it wasn't. It didn't have the god awful humidity that a hot day in Montreal has in the summer. You know, but it was still uncomfortably hot. Hotter the pepper, the tougher the love they need. I'm still figuring them out. Should have a better crop next season. I didn't know that. Pam's jalapenos did well. The drought, we constantly had to water them. Fair enough. Yeah. Still in the hundreds here. Should be the last week of those stupid temps. Then we get into the 80s for the next week. I don't know what that is completely. I think hundreds is around 40-ish Celsius. I know that we're slowly gonna go up to 18 degrees on Friday, which will be about 5 degrees higher than the norm for this part of the year. David, I am absolutely certain that the lanterns will be in the US will be cheaper than in Canada. David and Marcus, if I was to buy one, not a collection like you guys, I had sort of been thinking 336, just but what's the highest chance? No, how do I put this sentence together? Knowing what you know about me and how I like the classic basic, well, or the classic of anything, the original or the classic or whatever. Um, what model would I look for to have the highest chance of getting sort of the old school magic, but running the least chance of receiving a lantern that needs to be completely overhauled to make it work? I will watch tomorrow and be like, damn it, I know. It's just I don't want to buy. Start again. I don't want to drink either of the fancy Walker Johns without him around. It doesn't feel the same. I like having the blue or whatever, and knowing that he's also having it. It's like we're drinking together over however many, whatever, 1,000 kilometers or whatever. Marcus is asking Russell, "You've had the first fires of the season? You must have." Ian says, "It's so weird watching just at 6:46 p.m. Damn time changes. It's going to be worse losing 3 hours heading back. It will be. Absolutely. Losing it is always way worse than gaining it." Nice. So yeah, Russell is having the fires. Oh, Off-Grid Recon is traveling back to Colorado at the moment. Excellent fall colors. This is the best season, man. This is the best season. The colors are amazing. It hurts my heart that I will have completely missed this season's wild camping. It drives me bonkers. Makes me angry. But everything makes me angry, so it's not exactly out of my way. Fox had the same issue, but they're rather tolerant of heat, so watering every 4 days to a week is better for them. Interesting. Okay, so David's heading down in about a month. I'm going to skip past that because I don't want to give anyone any specific dates. because I know that you're all just begging for the chance to go and steal the quilts off his walls. Country Boy says 80s are still too hot for me. 80 is about 25 Canadian. That's 5 degrees hotter than I like. Yeah, I'm 25 is about the upper end of what I like as well. I mean, I can tolerate hotter, but I'm not really happy hotter. Marcus is asking Chris if he's going to hunt down David while he's in the States. Man, it would be cool to if you guys meet up, somebody send me a photograph. Okay? I want to see that. A 200A. David was mentioning a 200A at one point too when we were chatting off-grid, offline, like chatting in a context other than YouTube. He mentioned, I think he was saying that he has a 200A. Mornings will be the best. Uppers. Country Boy trap in the city. Pam is asking Cliff, saying to Cliff, didn't water every day, but more often than usual. We dehydrated a lot of them. David says, I have a lantern collection. Marcus has a lantern fetish. Okay, fair enough. Chris says to Marcus, that is the plan. You need to fly down to Tampa for a weekend. We can all get together. That'll be cool. I want to see some pictures if you guys are meeting up. Wow. Marcus has like 70 plus. That's like me with whiskey bottles. Half full or full whiskey bottles. Chris is like, oh, we'll send lots of photos. Okay, good. I want to see that. Destiny's back from her pizza run. So what kind of pizza did you get, Destiny? And I do warn you, if you say Hawaiian, I will be very unhappy with you. Destiny's asking, what was that Montreal pizza called again? Here we call it an all-dressed. Like, all-dressed chips. I'd like to know if that's called a Montreal or in Vancouver or just in that one pizza chain, whatever it was. Yeah. I'd like to know. 2154. Oh, no. If I'm having a 12-year, I should have poured that. I should have poured that. You know what I'm saying? So, those of you who know me, what a stupid way to start that. So, the SAQ, which is the Société des Alcools du Québec, which is our liquor commission, they do these allocation draws every now and again. And on October 12th, it was for whiskeys and beers. So I entered for 3 unicorn whiskeys and didn't get any of them, which did save me a whole lot of money, to be fair. Just let me check. What is that? Oh. Camille made this for me for Christmas. Whoops. Block the face. In about 2 years, she will never admit that she ever made anything that says I love Dad. But for now, I'll take it. I'm a realist when it comes to, what my expectations of a teenage Camille are. I don't know if it's a fetish. It's a channel. It's not a fetish. It's a channel. Okay, so I just poured this a minute ago. I'll just let it breathe for like the next 5 minutes because it's already been open. I was born in May of I'm just looking at why you asked that. I missed this. I didn't know you'd want to look for a birthday lantern. That's a lantern produced the year and month you were born. I did not even know that. I did not know that was a thing. Interesting. Man. Chris is also made, but he's 1969. If you were getting him a present. All dressed in only cheese, sauce, mushrooms, green pepper, and pepperoni. Yeah. Here, all dressed is a cardiac Terminator pizza, up to 10 toppings and several meats of one's choice. Whoa. You know what? The best pizza that I will ever have is we make it here ourselves. Either like we use a pizza dough, or we use like naan bread or flatbreads or whatever, and just put some sauce on, put on some broccoli and veggies or whatever, put some cheese on. We almost never put meat on when we're making our own pizza, and the cheese is almost always like a Tex-Mex or something instead of mozzarella. So it's in no way the same as what I order when I'm out, but I really like making pizza at home. You can cut time down by blowing your hair into it through a straw. Or I should get one of those like little whiskey, those Porto glasses that you have with the little straw. Make it bubble. You still have those glasses? What? I'd like a Hawaiian pizza with crushed all dressed chips on top. Jeez, Russell. You are evil. You should do an Alfredo sauce for your veggie pizza. That wouldn't. Oh, here's the thing. But we don't use actual pizza sauce. We put salsa. You know what? An Alfredo sauce would work. That'd be pretty damn good. You're a funkin' genius. Peanut Trucker says, my mother always made mini pizzas on English muffins. Yeah, that would work. Country Boy's daughter was a unicorn. My baby girl was cool with me right through the teens, or maybe she just hid her hate really well. Now I'm questioning that. Official Scotch sippy cup. Yeah, that little thing at the at the tail. One more minute. This is a very pedestrian whiskey. It's not unaffordable. I don't remember what it costs, but it's a 12-year, which is a nice age statement on it. I mean, it's not exactly ancient, but it's 40% alcohol by volume. I don't think it's not in any way what one would call an integrity bottling. What that means is this is definitely caramel colored. It's definitely chill filtered. I'm just sort of making sure. Yeah, if it doesn't say it on the box, then it's definitely caramel colored and chill filtered. But it's not a bad flavor at all, You look at something like Lagavulin 16, and that's caramel colored and chill filtered, and it's like $200 for a bottle now, practically. It's insulting. So you want notes? All right, I'll do some notes. B minor. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just I don't have a lot of patience for 40%. There's caramel in there. I think this is sherry. I'm picking up sherry notes, but because we got this whiskey by accident, I haven't even really looked at anything on it. It's triple distilled. So triple distilled, a lot of Irish whiskey is triple distilled. That's why so much Irish whiskey is so smooth, because a triple distillation creates a very smooth whiskey. Not always the most interesting flavor, but definitely very mouth friendly, very smooth. And this is definitely that. Delicate and layered, blah blah blah. Maturation, bourbon and sherry casks. Yep, okay. So yeah, definitely that's where I'm getting some dark fruit. Sherry casks should bring a little bit of European scratch to the oak note, but because of the triple distillation, it's not there. Actually, it wouldn't be because of the triple distillation. What the triple distillation would do is create a smoother spirit going into the barrel so that it doesn't build on sort of the European oak edge. And of course, bourbon barrels, so you're going to get caramel notes, vanilla, stuff like that. That's what American oak does. You know, because it's 40%, I have no fear sticking my schnoz right in there. If this was like a cast strength, doing that would wreck my sense of smell. Very small amount of heat from the European oak. Aside from that, it's very smooth. Touch of a green apple. Or like you know, that Japanese apple pear kind of thing. It's got a real fresh crispness to it, but it's not out in front at all. There's nothing dancing around or scintillating with this. It's all very smooth. It's not very syrupy. It's way too distilled. It's way too diluted. I mean, it's 40%, but it's bigger on the sweet and fruit, not too big on the spice, and no peat, no smoke, no nothing. Is it the most interesting whiskey? No. Very serviceable though. The Auchentoshan or Auchentoshan or whatever, 12. This is a good bottle for anyone who's not sure if they like whiskey, because it's not going to hurt you. Okay, it's not going to hurt your wallet, and it's not going to hurt you. It's a good one to have in your bar cart for, you know, if someone comes over and isn't sure if they like whiskey, or for, you know, the kind of context like we're in right now, where I don't want to be blowing through a dram of something really high end, because when I'm doing this, I'm not paying massive attention to the whiskey. I'm paying attention to you guys and girls, you people. I say guys as a unisex thing. Hide current contact. Comment yes. Oops, everything has sort of, excuse me, everything has jumped. B minor, P flat. Christy. Hey, Tim, how's it going, man? How are you doing? How are things in Timland? That's Christy. Destiny says not to get political, but I never knew there was something called a mayoral recall. I guess I haven't lived long enough. Wow. After we're done with the live stream, I think I have to go and look something up. I don't know what's going on in the world right now because I'm hanging with you people, but good to know. I don't have much patience for 40%. Is the snootiest thing Jess will ever say. I have said snootier than that, let me tell you. Okay. That's funny. This is a PG live stream. I'm talking about you guys. Chrissy says, hello, nice. Okay, good. I'm never sure if I should be asking about her, you know? David, this is a new quote for Destiny. Yeah, because Destiny, I get the feeling that Destiny's got like file cards. What are they called? You know, those little, little lined cards. What are they called? File cards? Cue cards? Whatever they are. I get the feeling she's got like, she's taking notes. Oh, you guys see the new band I came with called the C Flats? Actually, that's a terrific band name. There might be a touch of a very slight espresso note. Index cards, okay. Index cards, okay. All right. Index cards, okay. Just knew he publishing a book of quotes. I would buy that book just so that I can remember what the hell I've been saying every Tuesday night for God knows how long. I wonder how long I've been doing these live streams. I don't know how long I've been doing these live streams. Probably a few years now. But Tim is researching the possibility of setting up a YouTube channel to share my passion for succulents and cactus, hoping for the end of the year I will be doing this. I have a cactus that sort of flopped over, and I looked it up, and I have to change the earth, put in some cactus earth, and put it in a bigger pot. But I don't want to touch the damn thing because last time I did, I got, a handful of hurt. But I got to do it. Well, here's the thing, Russell. It almost went down the wrong pipe. So I was kind of hoping that, I thought I'd pulled it off, but evidently I didn't. The book will be called Piss on a Biscuit. Amazing. There's a touch of a baking spice. You know what I would, if I ever won like $30 million so I could quit my job, I would love to have a channel where, like a cooking channel, but see, the problem is I would love to do like a, historical cooking, like medieval cooking, but there are already so many people doing stuff like that. Did you guys ever watch, was it Tasting History with Max? Tasting History, I think that's what he calls it, where he takes recipes from like the ancient world or the not so ancient world, but it's always like old enough that he, you got to kind of figure out what the measurements are in today's measurements. I love stuff like that. I was just double checking the starred messages. But I'd like to do maybe like a bushcraft cooking show, preparing snacks for your 5 or 10 day camping trip, right? So you're gonna do snacks, you're gonna do some dehydrated meals, or I'd like to do like a historical cooking channel, like Tasting History or or Townsend's. I love Townsend's. I watch Townsend's all the time. Partly because I love the old cooking, the old kitchen stuff. I love kitchen stuff. Manly? No, but I love kitchen stuff. Okay. Deal. Yeah, I love implements. That's why I like I like those knives that Al gifted me. I have this desire for one of those, the Mexican mortar and pestle. What the hell is it called? They're huge and they're good for if you're making like guacamole or whatever. Big honking mortar and pestle. What the hell are they called? They even sell them on Amazon these days, but they're like $80. What the hell's it called? Anyways, there's no room for one in my kitchen, but I'm gonna get one someday. Yeah, like a niche cooking show. Hold on a second. He used tongs to grab the cactus. Maybe. I just want to make sure that I don't damage the cactus. I have to go and buy the soil anyway, the cactus specific soil. But yeah, Tim, I like succulents and cacti as well. I like plants that seem indoors. I like plants that remind me of a sort of a more exotic locale, like the desert or whatever. Outside, I like native plants. I would fill my backyard with ferns if I could get away with it. We have some ferns. I do love the fern. Part of the reason I like ferns is because they're what's the word when animals develop from earlier animals? The brain, she is not working tonight. they're evolutionary relics. They're, I mean, not unchanged, because nothing is unchanged, but they're virtually unchanged from like millions of years ago. Like, and you can see that when you look at them. You can tell that is an absolutely ancient plant form. It's the same thing as looking at like a coelacanth, or those relic fish. Like, you can tell that is a prehistoric fish, because they got like the fleshy fins and stuff, like all the markers of a non, I don't want to say modern fish, but you know what I'm saying. Like prehistoric fish. The like 2 or 3 species we have. I'm just pulling a number out of the ether there. You look at them and you can tell this is a fish from like 20 million years ago. And it's the same with ferns and certain plants. You look at them and like, yeah, these are from an earlier phase in Earth's development. And so I find ferns enchanting. Are they spectacular? No, but I love looking at just you're walking through the woods and you see a ferns all the way up the hill kind of thing. Love it. Apparently, Russell almost died on a fry a few nights ago. Do not die on a fry. I'd be very pissed, because I still want to go and camp on your land again. Maybe next fall. Country Boy says, Volume 2 will be called What Gives You the Fizz? What gives you guys the fizz? We got another like 48 minutes of this. Everybody sound off on what gives you the fizz. That can be camping or bushcraft stuff. It could be kitchen utensils. It can be anything that's not a weapon, because my whole thing about not wanting to talk about pew pew is on the and don't tell me anything political. If sticking your finger up at enter, put political person here, it gives you the fizz. Don't tell me about that, but tell me about anything else. Does beer give you the fizz? Well, I guess technically. Grace, thank you. Yes, that's exactly what I was looking for. Mocha hete, yeah. I gotta get one of those. My wife's like, there's no room for one of those. She bought me a really nice mortar and pestle set to sort of as a consolation prize. Very nice. I've always been someone who likes to use a mortar and pestle. I've had a mortar and pestle of some sort for over 30 years. I've had wooden ones. I've had like ceramic ones. The one my wife bought me is very nice. It's stone. It's one of those where you kind of have to season it the first time you before you use it for the first time. But it's not the same as the mocha hete. It's not. It doesn't have the size. Very useful for all kinds of things. I use it all the time. Like, I would rather use a mortar and pestle than a blender or an immersion blender for many things. One of those being guacamole. Another thing, anytime when you're like crunching up seeds or whatever, I prefer to crush the seeds than to whiz them up in something. I feel that I like the slight coarseness you get from beating the seeds into because you don't get them absolutely powdered the way you do if you throw them into a blend, a Malexar, a robot, whatever it's called. Blender? Yeah, that's what I meant. David says, looking at the Ninja air fryer toaster oven, I just need a late night of drinking so I can order it. My wife got me the Ninja Foodie, not the air fryer / oven, but the one with the 2 baskets, and I am in love with it. Anytime I'm home alone, that's how I make my supper. The thing about the 2 baskets is I can't feed a family of 4. Unless I just do the same thing in both baskets, I guess, actually. But I do love the air fryer. Mocha hete is the mortar and pestle you're thinking of. Yep, absolutely. Just love them. Must get one. Russell's asking David if he knows where the credit card is hidden. I think that those two might be in for a drunken purchasing session tonight. Christy says, I can tell you what does not give me the fizz is the kid next door screaming Bloody Mary in the house next door. Just punch him out. I'm kidding. No, Mentos and Diet Coke. That'll do the fizz, all right. Destiny says, what gives me the fizz? Quirky, funny, original people in live streams, YouTube channels, and a smooth voice. Hey there, people. Welcome to Hearts of Space, the best of Bay Area sounds, late into the night. Thank dog for technology. It's like you just reminded me of something I thought of at work yesterday, and now I've gone and forgotten it. Hey, here, hold on, wait. Let me see what Country Boys. What gives me the fizz is bush camping, hunting, 4x4ing into new areas, cooking, building, leather working. I can go on, but I'm limited to how many characters I can type. Yeah, your list is pretty damn similar to mine. I'm not 4x4ing. Doesn't for two reasons. One, I'm nuts about carbon footprint, but honestly, it's just because I've never gone. That's what it is. I've never gone. Land Rover has a school here where you can learn to do like cross country driving, rock driving and stuff. And I'd love to do that one day, just because I would probably end up being like, this is so great, and then like our list would be exactly the same, but it's expensive though. It's really expensive. They've got like, I think they have 2 or 3 of these driving schools in the world, and one of them is here in Quebec, right next to. Do you know where? Do you know where Montebello is? Montebello is the site of, I believe, the largest log hotel. Honestly, I believe it's the largest one there is. It's beautiful. Yeah. Russell does not appreciate the log cabin as much as I do, but I really do. There's something about the log cabin. Like if I was to build myself a place, which I would love to do, it would absolutely be a log cabin. But I don't want it to be too basic. I want it to be basic, but not too basic. Like I'd want some good windows in it. I'd want some good lighting in it. But I would like what I can get while still maintaining an off-grid lifestyle. So to a certain extent, my lighting would have to at some point be lanterns. I like lantern light anyway, because I need to save that juice, that energy from my computer gaming and stuff, right? Okay, that went down the wrong. When it goes down the wrong pipe, that's when I'm thankful that it's not cask strength, because like a 60% alcohol, I'd be laid out on the ground gasping for breath. Jesse builds a log cabin. I'm not sure if I would do something with a mezzanine the way Sean James did for his original cabin, and I don't remember if he did a mezzanine for his current one, or not. I love the idea of a mezzanine, but I kind of feel that when it's winter and you've got the stove on, it would probably get really stinking hot up there. Doesn't matter anyways. So Jesse builds a cabin and calls Russell and company to come and set up the solar. And I'd still put a windmill on it somewhere. Absolutely. Anyways, I like Destiny's list as well. I like Country Boys as well. Chris and I agree with that. That wouldn't give me the fizz either. Russell feels like a Bloody Mary now. You don't look like a Bloody Mary. Have a Caesar. Sean, Alaska. Hi, Sean. Just finished dinner with your kids. You're sitting on their deck in the Sierra Nevada mountains having a beer. All right. Welcome to the live stream from the Sierra Nevadas. I like what's going on in your cabin, dude. Although, you're not there right now, so I guess nothing's happening. But yeah, man. Pam says, what gives her the fuzz is riding a horse that loves to run. I've never been on a horse. I have no idea what that's like. I mean, I'm a pretty urban guy. I don't want to be, but I am. Apparently, Sierra Nevada is beautiful this time of year. Man, it really is the best time of year. Don't tell me that Christmas is the most wonderful time of the year. That's BS for three reasons. Only two of which I'll talk about. One is it's stressful, man. We're so busy, making sure that you buy gifts for all the people on your list because, there's this, that, and the other. And I'm saying that as someone who really loves giving stuff to people. Okay. You want to know that gives me the fizz, I give my wife something really cool, give my daughter something cool, give a friend something cool. Love that stuff. But there's a stress there, man. You're trying to get your shopping done, and there are people elbowing each other out of the way for over the last. I was going to say Cabbage Patch Kid, but that's me dating myself. And you spend the season with people you pretend to like. But man, this is the best time of year. I've already said in this live stream that it hurts me that I'm not going camping at this time of year this year, but there's an excitement in it, like the end of September all the way through October, right up to the end of October. I'm excited about the world. I get to the woods and I see the colors. The best is if it's like an aspen forest or poplar or something that goes yellow. It goes yellow. Like a sunny day in fall in that kind of forest where everything's gone yellow. Love that. Love it. Even more than like the maples with, they've gone red and everything. It's beautiful. It's spectacular. It's fiery. But something like trembling aspens or something that just go yellow with that light colored trunk. The light, the quality of the light, it's unbeatable. Absolutely. It's magical. It's exciting just to stand there and look at that. There was a couple of spots on Russell's Land that were going that way. Couldn't get enough of it, Couldn't get enough. Just likes to break bulbs. I do not like to break bulbs. I just do it naturally. It's not something I like doing. Yeah, dude. As soon as I win the lottery and I can build a cabin, I'm gonna call you to get to you and Buddy Boy to come and build me a solar system. A solar system. Okay, I want a sun right here, and then I want a habitable planet over there. I'm getting to the stream of consciousness part of the live stream. It's because I'm so bloody tired. I'm wrecked. I accidentally clicked on this, but actually it's a funny. Are you anywhere near where Yellowstone is rumored to be in the real world? I haven't even seen that show. It's the most wonderful time of the year. There's no stress when you enjoy it properly. It's not gifts. Fair enough. Blah blah. I think we lose track of what it's about. And the thing is, what it's supposed to not be about, it really has become what it's about. Like, I don't know who tells you that it's not about the gifts and stuff. It's a great philosophy, but I really do think that I just got a childhood memory. Of like it hitting midnight. Okay, I live in Quebec, okay? So Catholic right up the wazoo. I mean, and it is probably one of the least religious parts of Canada because of the Quiet Revolution. But my grandparents didn't do the Quiet Revolution, and so I have this memory of it hitting midnight and all of us kids kneeling down in front of my grandpa Aimé, and he did he blessed the kids for the coming year. I don't know if that's a Christmas Eve to Christmas morning memory. Yeah, it is because maybe it was a New Year's memory. I don't remember. Some of the dates are a little different in French Canada than in the Rock. I don't mean the Rock is in Newfoundland. I mean ROC, the rest of Canada. Halloween and Thanksgiving are the best gift to make Christmas non-stressful. What I like about Halloween is giving out the candies. Not into getting dressed very much. Don't care about Halloween parties, but I really do like giving out the candies. Thanksgiving and St. Patrick's Day are my favorite holidays, Christy says. Well, Thanksgiving was fairly non I want to say it was not eventful, but my dad and his wife were in town that weekend. So we went to the insectarium with the kids. We went to the biodome with the kids. And then I did Thanksgiving supper with my mom. It was pretty nice because it wasn't too big. Like you guys in the States, you guys do Thanksgiving like it's Christmas. Like that's a big honking holiday. Here it's not quite as big. It's like a turkey, some stuffing, a pumpkin pie, and a sugar pie in Quebec. But it's nowhere near, and there's no Black Friday or Red Monday or whatever the hell you call it. Like for us, I mean, there is now because Canadian retailers are trying to get some of that magic, but it's not nowhere near as big a thing. St. Patrick's I do not love. I spend St. Patrick's gigging until my hands fall off, right? Like we do, in a week, we do like 40 hours of music. That's on top of our day jobs. Okay. We follow St. Patrick's up every year with bronchitis. And it's like, man, downtown is so full of people getting like stupid drunk, dangerously drunk. One year here, some fool got killed by a parade float because he was drunk and he tried to climb up on the float for some stupid reason and fell under the wheels. Like, what a way to go. Because that's the end of your narrative. That's how you went. That's what your story is. You got drunk, you tried to climb onto a float, and you went under the wheels. Genius. It's a Darwin Award. See, now I got to get all comfortable again. Oh, we're down to our last half hour here, guys. What the hell? This night's been just going by. And it's weird because I was like, I don't have anything planned for tonight. It's going to be boring. But I'm having a great time. I mean, there's only 17 of you. So I guess, I guess some people got bored. But we got, the core of the group hanging out, chitting, McChatting. Christmas shop the whole year. And non-stress in December, and you forget what you bought earlier in the year. Yep. Actually, yeah, I've been. Last year I blew it, but I have been in previous years buying earlier, and just whenever something goes on sale or whenever I see something that makes me think of my wife or whatever, I just buy it, and it really does reduce the stress. But I don't know if I should have a second dram. There's only a half hour left. Excuse me for a second. Just blew the spelling. And start poll now. I do like, by the way, I do like Thanksgiving, because no, Halloween is what I was trying to say. Maybe I shouldn't pour a second dram. I do like Halloween because the time of year it is. The sort of more pagan side of my life or upbringing or whatever finds it exciting because it's the Celtic New Year, right? Day of the Dead, kind of like it's the transition um, between the goddess side and the god side and all that stuff. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I'm someone who worships at the altar of science, but I do have, history, and I do sort of have residual excitement because of stuff like that. You've already said stuff about that. One of those doesn't surprise Russell at all, Christy. Yeah, I. Which one are you talking about, Russell? I think I might know. Country Boy says, I hated Christmas until I had kids. Loved it till they moved out. Now I hate it again. Easter and Thanksgiving are my favorite because that's when I see my family. Nothing better. Oh, rats. David's out. Okay, good night, David. Have a good sleep. I'll speak to you soonish. Make more videos. I have a really cool memory of when I was a kid. We used to have those old school Christmas lights that got kind of hot and were painted like glass, flame shaped ish or whatever, that were, painted red and blue and stuff. And I just have this memory of bunking down on the couch or on the living room floor or whatever, with those Christmas lights on and listening to A Child's Christmas in Wales on the CBC. And I guess just because of the way we did Christmas, I love Christmas carols. I don't love a lot of Christmas songs, but like, unless it's like Bing Crosby or like the old crooners, stuff like that. I love that stuff. I love the old Grinch, the cartoon. I love just such a cool memory of like the lights were off, but the glow of those colored lights, the old school colored lights. The new LED lights, they're better on energy. They're better for not burning your house down. They're better on many things. But what they're not better on is the quality of the light. Those old lights that got too stankin' hot, if you touch them, you'd burn yourself, gave off a way better light. Way less harsh. Way warmer. Just more old school. Like my kids are never going to know that. They're never going to know that quality of light. Never. To them, Christmas lights are these LED lights, and they're going to grow up, and that's going to be their warm Christmas memory. LED lights. I'm like, what? And I'm a fan of LED lights, right? I mean, my entire house is LED. But, man, those old Christmas lights. Yeah. It's funny, because as I said earlier in the live stream, I don't have a lot of childhood memories at all. But every now and again, something sort of pokes through, gets through the wall. And, yeah. And it's always just like little moments, just like impressions. Yeah. Peanut Trucker does not do Black Friday and Cyber Monday. We don't fall for the fake hype from the stores. We sleep in. Yeah. I'm okay with Cyber Monday, but I'm not lining up for a TV. It's not going to happen. Russell is asking Christy, how many full pitchers of beer can you carry at once? I'll guess 13. Fox is still being all stealthy. That's okay. Have a second. We are enablers. That's the reason I have a second dram. Wow, that is a lot, Russell. I don't think that'd be too many. 2236. Come here and we do car bumps. So yummy. Oof. Just pour the dram. You guys. Okay, so who said no to the second dram? Russell, was that you? Did somebody say no? Let me take a look at the 17% of you, which there are 17 of you, so that's like one person ended. Hey, there's Deep Bay. How's it going, Rob and Sharon? Is it just Rob or just Sharon, or is it both of you tonight? Nice to see you. Popping in, all channel hero-y with that icon next to your name. Destiny says those Christmas lights you spoke of, plus hockey night in Canada and camping outside in the summer, so fizz-worthy. It's funny because I do not like hockey, but that hasn't always been the case. I just haven't cared about hockey since. I mean, if you don't live in Montreal, you don't know, but the Carbonneau years. So let me tell you, that's a long ass time ago. But I still, I have the same kind of memories of like hockey night in Canada with, you know, the theme song that is now played on one of the Rogers stations because the CBC let that slip through their fingers. Yeah. But yeah, that's a good list, Destiny. Absolutely. Oh, I may as well end the poll. No one else is voting, so. I'm trying to bring this up on. Wasn't that long ago, says Russell, that it was candles on the Christmas tree. Childhood memories from a different generation. Yeah. We never had candles. Even my parents didn't have my grandparents didn't have candles. They may have when they probably did when they were kids, but I have never been in a house that had candles on the tree. But yeah, I do know that it wasn't that long ago that there were candles for sure. Yes, I poured it, people. I poured it. For land's sakes, people. Destiny says the road hammer has spoken. Yeah. Another 20 minutes left of this week's live stream. This is going so well for a live stream. I just didn't have the time to plan out. And it's too bad that Al's not here because he hates it when I do the reading every week. Poor guy. One week I'm going to do one long reading. I think I've already said this, but one week I'm just going to read a chapter of The Lord of the Rings or something, just to see how long Al can handle it for. Okay, people are talking to each other. How you doing? They're saying they're doing great. Destiny's liked the live as well, which is the reason I do this segmented live is because I'm trying to sort of bring up the quality for you guys. And I like the lives better when I do like the little news, the little reading, the little stuff. I'm thinking of maybe changing it up a little bit, but I'm not quite sure how yet. I have a couple of ideas, but I'm not quite sure how yet. But like I look at the way Russell does it. He's got like a special feature at X and at Y and at Z time stuff. I don't have time to come up with special features, and I wouldn't want to call them special features because that's a Russell identity thing. I feel like I'd have to call them, I don't know, interludes or something. It's spoken like someone who would have time to do such a thing. Destiny's loved this live stream, which is nice. Russell thinks I should write something new for the reading. 50 Shades of Bay. God. Best live stream ever unplanned with all your exciting channel heroes. Absolutely. Darth Vader says I should do a 24-hour Jessathon. What would I do for 24 hours? And I got to pee at some point, right? And I got to eat. I don't want it to be like watching a like Pokimane on Twitch or something, right? People just watch her eat. Like, why are you people watching this girl eat? I'm not get me wrong, she's fabulous looking and blah blah blah, and that's a big part of her selling. But I don't want to watch someone just sit there and eat. I want to watch someone interact with the audience, and her audience interaction is apparently quite good. I'm not dissing her at all. She also has an ASMR channel, which is kind of how I know of her at all. Because sometimes when I can't sleep, that's the way I got to go. It's got to be an ASMR video. Well, I formally have permission to use the term special features. Okay, so I'll go and film a bunch of things, like now. Peanut Trucker says 24 hours guest heroes. That would be amazing. If I had everyone on, like each of you on for an hour. Yeah, exactly. Bushcraft mukbang. Eating like Bannock. Oh, a 24-hour. No, that would be impossible. And it would cost a mint. But it would be cool if I could do like a 24-hour live stream, with my phone next to a campfire. But that would be really expensive. Like that would be so expensive. Even writing it off, it would still bloody bankrupt me. Cliff says, doing a 24-hour live is hard. We have the people who don't really have the attention span for something like that. Yeah, I think if you had a fan base closer to the size of maybe Russell's or like Joe Robinette, then you could do it. But with I'm not even at 4,000 subs yet, right? And there's like a core of like 20 of you who watch every Tuesday. So I'm not yet at the position where I could pull off a 24-hour live stream. If I was to do one years in the future, I'd have to do segments. Otherwise, it would just get really boring for everyone involved. Because it's not like you can watch me video game the way people do on Twitch for hours at a time, right? They're watching so and so play whatever Fortnite or something. This isn't that kind of model doesn't work here. Yeah, I don't know. Deep basses. The streams are fine. You just do you. Yeah, I like to maybe at Christmas time I'll read A Child's Christmas in Wales. Poor Al. That would kill him. Go for a record 2,400-hour live stream. No. I can't keep the pee in that long. Don't get me wrong, I can do 8 hours. At the same time, that's going to be a lot of restroom breaks and potential food runs. Absolutely. It's better if I feel that Russell and City Girl could do a 24-hour live stream because there's two of them. They can sort of spell each other. So and so is going to go pee. At some point someone's got to stand up and stretch their back or whatever. Even an 8-hour live stream is a long freaking time. Like a 2-hour live stream is a long time. By the time we're at the end of 2 hours, I mean, I'm exhausted. How are you people doing? Brother love. Oh, hi, brother. In a 24 hours period, we could all do what we already do. Check in for a bit and cycle out. Nobody else has the time to do nothing else. Yeah, that's it. That's why I'm saying, like, you can really only start looking at doing a 24-hour live stream when you've got at least the high tens of thousands of subscribers and like solid viewers. It's probably way easier if you've got like a few million subs, a million or two, just a million or two. Easy, right? Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Your sheds were yawn. Might be worth doing at some point though. And there's a lot of stuff that maybe someday I will do kind of thing. Yeah, I don't think anyone would watch the replay of a 24-hour live stream. I think that's just that's like me looking at starting Game of Thrones, looking into the future at all the episodes I have to get through and saying, you know what? Funk it. I'm not starting that. Probably not as bad as you think, just 24-hour live stream means you constantly get new people as time zones change. Yeah, that too. Yeah, time zones, stuff like that. There are people I would you know what I would like to do is I would like to have maybe a couple of interviews. Because there are people there are people I'd love to interview like on a live, but they live in the UK or they live in Europe or whatever. And so it's really tough to sort of live stream with them in this time zone because they're probably trying to get supper going when I'm starting or whatever, Even a 12-hour would be fun. 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. I'd be on all day driving down the road. Yeah, you could listen in. You don't have to watch. That's the nice thing about these live streams is you don't actually have to watch. You can just listen. May as well be a podcast. Is anyone sticking it out with Sean James's non-podcast, by the way? He's got to get it onto an actual podcast service. It's not a podcast. It's just a YouTube video. It's a talking head YouTube video. I need to be able to listen to it on here. People need to be able to listen to it on here for it to be a podcast. It has to be on Apple Podcasts or Stitcher or whatever you use. Sorry. I like podcasts. I love podcasts. You don't watch them? Chris, what? I haven't watched them in a couple of weeks just because I have no time. So my YouTube watching has been more sort of background stuff, while I'm doing laundry or walking home from taking the kid to school. I'm so tired. It's okay. There's only like 13 minutes left. I'm going to make it. So far, podcasts are just YouTube videos talking about stuff he's already talked about. Yeah, okay. Did somebody say Seminole Boreal podcast? If I can start a podcast, that's what I'm going to call it. The Seminole Boreal podcast. Asterisk. Then, like, as a footnote, Russell, 17th October, 2023. Cliff says he's honestly been falling away from a lot of the bush. Gonna start there. Gonna start there. Take two. Cliff says, honestly, I've been falling away from a lot of the huge bushcraft outdoor channels. Too many channels and videos, and far too little time to watch them all. It's funny, because I feel the same way, but longer stuff I have to watch while doing something now, like laundry, dishes, supper kind of thing, because I don't have the time to just sit there and watch something. I barely have time to sit here and do this. I barely have time to sit here and like play a couple of hours of Starfield or whatever. There's so much stuff to get done. Like between September and December is what I jokingly refer to as my single dadding season, because of the missus's job, which I'm not going to go into. In that season, she comes home late and stuff. So my YouTubing time is much smaller. And so I just spend more time. Excuse me. I'm not going to miss Russell's live YouTubes, right? I know what's going to happen on Fridays. So I'll put it on, and I'll be listening to it. And I'll look over, what just happened kind of thing. Sean James's videos are not conducive to that kind of stuff, because the thing about Russell is he's talking, and part of the joy is just him talking. With Sean James, it's not the same, right? You're watching him do. You're watching Russell do as well, and like I will spend, like I'll stop what I'm doing to watch while Russell is, I don't know, digging his his 4-wheeler out of the muck or doing whatever it is he's doing. But for sections of his videos, he's just talking, which is great. Sean James, you can't really do that with. Like even Joe Rogan, you can't really do that with. He does spend some time talking, but it's short. Like you kind of have to pay attention, and I don't have time for the length of time that a Joe Rogan video is. So like, every now and again, okay, I've got some free time, I'm gonna watch one or two kind of thing. But my life lets me watch a 10-minute video, and my life lets me listen to a 40-minute or a 50-minute video. Oof. Oh no, I'm late. Hold on. Oh, you did in the early days, but not the new property. I I haven't watched everything he's done lately. Um, I really feel a residual affection for his old house, but I do feel that his new place is him taking what he learned from his old place and thinking, "I'm not gonna make that mistake, or that mistake." Yeah, I think his new place is a better place, but I like the original place. Just special features: 1, cheese wheel; 2, reading for owl; 3, sniffing the snifter, giving us the notes; and 4, for boreal forest is seminal. Just let me take notes. Brother Love says, "Not a lot of new exciting things happening, a ton of redundancy." Yeah. Oh, yeah, okay. Alright. It's good to know. Dissonant 5, breaking the globe. You guys are never gonna let me live down breaking that globe, are you? Jay Garcia asked, by the way, hi Jay. Do you use ham radio? No, I wanted to get into it for a while. The money, right? There's only so much I can really do. I know someone who does do ham radio, or someone who took a course or something. Um, and it's cool that there are still guys doing ham radio in this day and age. It's like, man, when I was in school, I have a communications degree, specialization in film production, but we had a guy come and talk to our sound class about pirate radio back in the day, like when pirate radio meant having a tower, right? Not like, I have a podcast. Like, there's no pirate radio anymore, practically. There's still some, but moving to digital, moving to the internet, the interwebs, when everyone can have just a podcast, or like a 24-hour internet radio station kind of thing, really, in a lot of ways, killed old school pirate radio. And I see ham radio as the same beautiful sort of callback as an honest to goodness pirate radio station. Ham radio talks to us from a different time. And there's no reason why it has to be a historical thing. The way it works is different than the way these work. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, there's no reason why ham radio should be a relic. I mean, and it kind of isn't, because there are still a lot of people doing it. But the heyday is kind of over, which in itself makes me kind of interested in it. Because you guys know, Jay, I don't know how long you've been hanging with us for, if you've been lurking for several live streams, or if you're brand new, but like, I'm attracted to that kind of stuff. Most of these people know well, but I love that kind of thing. I once looked up how much a ham radio, kind of like a set or whatever the hell you call it, would cost. Not to use YouTube much lately in the past year. I've been too busy learning and practicing my own skills, not just bushcraft skills. Yeah, that makes perfect sense, and all the power to you. I've been completely stagnant for the past year. Yeah, man, that is a good thing. I love it. I love hearing stuff like that. Get the hell away from the screens and get some skills happening. I love it. Too long a video and I'm gone. Like, a lot just don't have the time to sit, relax, and watch. And that's the thing, like, it's like I don't have time to relax anymore. I think you've hit on it right there. It's like, in today's day and age, we're almost trained by the world to think that if we're just sitting there and watching something, we're wasting time. And this is like family movie night kind of thing. But if you're alone and you're just sitting there and staring at a screen, it's like, how come you're not getting anything done? Well, because I just want to relax. It's like the two, like the angel and the devil, right? The angel is saying, just give yourself some time, relax a bit. And the devil's like, what are you're not getting anything done? Turn that off. Watch 6 10-minute videos instead of 1 hour long one. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of Starfield, I haven't played a lot. Game draws a lot of power. Otherwise, it doesn't have the magic that Skyrim has. Yeah, I'm noticing the same thing. It doesn't. Now, I don't think that's I don't think it not having the same magic as Skyrim or like a Fallout game is necessarily a ding on Starfield, because Skyrim is towering in the world of gaming. It is, dare I say, seminal. Like Skyrim is something special even today, even with like how many special editions and updates and remasters have they put out now? It's still a killer game, absolutely killer game. It's the game against. It's one of the games against which other adventure games are graded, are evaluated. You know, so yeah, okay. I mean, it would have had to be utterly magical to go up against Skyrim. But there's way too much fast travel. Like, I don't feel in the world as much as I did in Skyrim or Fallout 3 or 4 or New Vegas, which is one of the best damn games ever, or Mass Effect 2, which is the other best game ever. I'm making you cry. What did I? Oh, because I was talking about, yeah. We'll just move right along. Steve G in the house. How's it going? Oh, Chris is out. I'm probably way too late to say goodnight to him. So we got Mr. Nine Toes in the house just as Chris is leaving. Really, Jay? Sean James's videos got on your nerves now. What? I've heard from someone that it's getting a little preachy. And as I said, I haven't watched for a couple of weeks just because I haven't had time. What's going on over at James's place? Maybe I should watch something. There's a couple of video producers. What? There's a couple of YouTubers who I've had to stop watching of late because they've sort of transitioned into like a whole different character that I just don't like. I'm hoping that Sean James isn't one of those. I'll give some of his stuff a watch pretty soon. Destiny says that'd be a cool. Pirate radio sounds very interesting. Man, it's fascinating. It's fascinating because I mean that was a time when like the internet short circuited a lot. In some ways, and in many ways, this was completely eradicated by big business trying to monetize the crap out of everything. But the internet allows someone to find their voice and to get it out there through YouTubing, through live streaming, Twitch, through podcasting, through, I mean, because I sort of see podcasting as an extension of the internet in big ways, right? Because it's all based on affordable broadband. But pirate radio was happening at a time when, you know, voices on the airways, and they're still, by the way, they're still legislated. If you're going old school, right? Radio signals, it's still legislated. It's still, you know, licensed. It's still all this stuff. But what I'm doing right now is happening outside that, right? People doing live streams and podcasts and stuff they're separating themselves from the old school, and just because it's so much more free here. At that point, man, pirate radio was plucky and it was brave and it could get your ass arrested. And it was absolutely local, which I'm not to any of you. You know, because yeah, to any of you, I'm not local to a single one of you. Right? Whereas pirate radio is fundamentally, proudly local. A, because they're talking to their communities, and B, because you don't have the bandwidth or the signal to get anywhere that's not local. It's just, it's fascinating. And I mean, it's almost completely dead at this point because of the internet. And you know, when I was in school, so in communications, before you specialize, like I specialized in filmmaking, Some kids, university people, kids specialize in TV production. Others went into marketing. What? No, not marketing. PR, radio, stuff like that. But your first year, um, you take everything, and throughout the whole thing, there's a lot of theory that touches on everything. Media forecast, this and that. But one thing that they drill into you in school is that in TV and film, but in TV, you speak to an audience of millions, but in radio, you speak to a million audiences of one, and that affects how you speak, right? Like here, I'm live streaming, I'm like, "Hey, folks, how are you doing?" But in radio, you say, "Hey, friend, how are you?" Like in radio, you speak to one person, and in podcasts, I've noticed you speak to one person, whereas in TV, you know, you step onto the screen and you speak to the audience. Very many people will never notice this, but the distinction is fundamental, and it goes right to the core of what those media are, you know, and how podcasting and it's like the ones that happen in your ears are personalized to you. The ones that happen in your eyes are, you're an audience. You may as well be an audience staring at a proscenium, an old school play or something. I don't know why I got boring there. Sorry, folks. How did that happen? I don't even know what I was talking about. Almost everything could be improved simply by putting pirate at the beginning. Pirate grilled cheese sandwich. Sign me up. Yep. Fair enough. Darth Vader says 24-hour Books Fest channel. Every Books Fest live stream playing back to back continuously 24/7. Oh, who would watch that 24/7? That's the kind of thing you put on like the screens at a bar or something, right? Where like you've just got stuff going on the screens. There's a Korean barbecue place here that does that with K-pop videos. Okay, the carriage will be turning into a pumpkin soon. Bonsoir tout le monde. Bisous. Good night, Destiny. Jay says they have QRP, low power ham radios that are small, lightweight, and backpackable now. Wow, really? Great addition to my bush kit. Set up an easy wire antenna and make contact sitting next to the fire. That is cool. Jay, have you done videos about that? I didn't know about that. Yeah, exactly. I mean, Skyrim is it's such a big hitter. But Russell, like Starfield is crashing me to desktop on the regular. Last night I tried to play a little. I crashed to desktop 8 times, and I finally crashed to this black screen and like rushing fan, and just like I give up. I do believe it's because I need a new video card, though. I think my video card is choking. It's frustrating because it means I'm gonna have to throw like a few $100 at a video card to play the game. But when I say a few hundred, I'm like, I'd like to keep it around into the 400s. Like if I wanted to buy a 16 gig card, or like, oh, that's like $700 kind of thing. But I can probably get away with a 12 gig card. Jim is back briefly, not in my briefs. I've been so busy. I've watched very little YouTube. If I catch 10 minutes of any video, that's a lot for me lately. Some of the people that I watch, I don't watch anyone religiously anymore, but some of the people I do watch, they put it like 5 to 8 minute videos. Big Green Moose, hi. Buddy bought a friend to Noganosh Park. He brought his ham unit and was talking to a guy in Manitoba from our campsite. Yeah, I see. There's something really cool in ham radio, for sure. Some of YouTubers I watch put out 3-hour videos. Wow, and you can watch a 3-hour video? Matthew Posa. I don't know who Matthew Posa is, but I will look him up. I don't have time for a 3-hour video. I gave up on Sean James a couple of years ago. I felt a little too self-righteous, and I just tuned him out. Okay. He said a few things that kind of put me off over the years, But I feel that most of us do say things that put each other off. And I've put off a bunch of people just by saying that I like electric cars, and to me, that was an innocuous comment because I don't see that as a political thing, but some people really do. I'm like, "Oh, well, okay, sorry, dude." So I think that everyone will put people off every now and again. You see, now I'm afraid to start watching again because I'm afraid I'm gonna get put off by the self-righteous thing. I've heard someone else say as well. Be an interesting idea for a new fast food restaurant with a pirate ship theme. Yeah, I like it. I still like Sean's videos. Fun seeing his firewood shelter come together. Final product looks fantastic. Well, that's the thing. That's the reason I watch, right? It's not for his opinions or anything. It's for, I like to watch his homestead come together. That's what it is, right? I love watching that stuff come together. Jim says, if the videos are more than 20 minutes, I have to split it up, watch over days, and never get back to them. Fair enough, yeah. Steve Bay says to Kristen, hell no. Even I couldn't watch things that long. Never mind find content for multiple videos. Big Green Moose is out. Good night, Green. Tell you what, I'm just gonna get to the bottom of this last 8 comments, and then I'm gonna call it a night because it's 23:07 and I need to sleep because I need to go to work in the morning. I'm probably working from here in the morning. Let's be straight. I watch while I work. Okay, yeah. So you've got it on sort of almost in the background. Yeah, that works. The Pirate Raspberry off-grid Pirate Cab has a ring to it. I think so too. Cliff is saying goodnight to Big Green Moose. Some people just don't have the mental capacity for long-form videos. That's the TikTok crowd. There might be some sense to what you're saying there. Kristen doesn't mind long videos. Jim is, yeah, that's me. Short attention span. Hey, look, squirrel. Stupid squirrels. Christy says, such is my life. LOL YouTube. Darth Vader in the house says, I did the same with Chance's mobile home world. He used to always show affordable low to medium price units, and he switched to showing almost all higher end price ones. Yeah, that's the kind of thing that would put me off of a channel for sure. I don't like that kind of transition at all. Oh, that's a good night. Apparently, I'm all about the Super C. Super in Quebec, well, at least in Montreal, Super C is a low price grocery chain. Darth Vader, if you'd like to watch good docu-series, there's one I found on the U.S. Air Force's channel about a group of recruits going through Air Force basic training boot camp. It's very good. Good to know. Very good to know. That's their YouTube channel. Cliff says, you keeping track of this year's countdown? Oh, yeah. Well, we're going to ask Darth Vader about how many days to Christmas next week, because right now I really got to get the heck off the line and get ready to go to bed. So between now and next week, everybody, please, for land's sakes, stay healthy, stay sane, stay safe, and be kind to one another. Good night.